You know, we talk a lot about interesting personality types on this show, alpha, beta, you name it. But today, we're diving deep into the world of the Sigma male. These lone wolf dudes, they march to the beat of their own drum, man. They're not afraid to be different, and they have zero tolerance for BS. We're talking about the things that make a Sigma male's blood boil. These dudes are straight shooters, they value authenticity, and they can sniff out a phony a mile away. So, if you're ever wondering what makes these guys tick, get ready because we're about to break down the 5 things Sigma males just can't stand. You might even find you relate to some of these. We're all about self-improvement here, and understanding these Sigma triggers can help you level up your own life. So, buckle up, grab your drink, and let's get into it. Number 1, disrespect disguised as just joking. You know what I'm talking about? Those backhanded compliments, those little digs masked as jokes. Sigmas see right through that. They know the difference between genuine humor and someone trying to get away with being a jerk under the guise of just kidding. It's like a defense mechanism, right? People try to deflect accountability with a laugh and a, "can't you take a joke?" But Sigmas, they're not buying it. They value respect. They're comfortable in their own skin, so they don't need to put others down to feel good about themselves. They'll call you out on your crap, and they'll do it with a level of directness that can be pretty disarming. But you know what? It's that authenticity that makes them so damn compelling. They're not afraid to speak their truth, even if it makes people uncomfortable. And honestly, we need more of that in the world, don't we? People who are willing to have those tough conversations, to call out BS when they see it. It's not about being mean-spirited, it's about holding people accountable for their words and actions. And Sigmas, they get that. They understand that true strength comes from being real, not from hiding behind a facade of humor to mask insecurity. Think about it, man. How often do we let things slide because we don't want to rock the boat? But what if we all had a little more Sigma in us? What if we all stood up for what we believed in, even when it was uncomfortable? It's about setting boundaries. It's about having the self-respect to not tolerate disrespectful behavior, even if it's coming from someone we know. And that's a powerful message. Number 2, fake smiles and insecure compliments. This one goes hand in hand with the first point, but it deserves its own section because it's so important to Sigma males. Authenticity. These dudes can smell BS a mile away. They're like human lie detectors when it comes to fake smiles and empty compliments. You know those people who are always trying to be everyone's best friend, showering them with insincere praise? Yeah, Sigmas aren't falling for it. They'd rather have a genuine conversation, even if it's a little awkward, than endure a barrage of phony flattery. It's like they see right through the facade. They can tell when someone's words don't match their true intentions. And it's not that they're cynical or jaded, they just value honesty and realness above all else. They'd rather have a small circle of genuine friends than a room full of acquaintances who are only there for the show. They're not afraid to be vulnerable, to show their true selves, but they expect the same level of authenticity in return. And you know what? It's refreshing. In a world where everyone's constantly trying to present a curated version of themselves on social media, Sigmas are a breath of fresh air. They're not afraid to be themselves, flaws and all. And that's what makes them so damn attractive. It's that confidence, that self-assurance that comes from knowing who they are and not giving a damn what anyone else thinks. So, if you want to connect with a Sigma male, ditch the fake smiles and empty compliments. Be real, be authentic, and be ready to have some deep conversations. Because that's what these dudes crave. Real connection, real conversation, and real relationships. Number 3, victim mentality as a lifestyle. This one really grinds a Sigma male's gears, and honestly I get it. We all know someone who always seems to be playing the victim, blaming their circumstances on external factors instead of taking responsibility for their own lives. And it's draining. It's like they're stuck in a negative feedback loop, constantly reinforcing their own helplessness. Sigmas, on the other hand, are all about personal accountability. They understand that life is full of challenges, but they don't let those challenges define them. They see setbacks as opportunities for growth, and they're not afraid to put in the work to overcome adversity. They're not looking for handouts, they're looking for ways to level up and become the best versions of themselves. This isn't to say they don't have empathy. They understand that people go through tough times, but they also believe in the power of resilience and personal responsibility. They're more likely to offer a helping hand than a shoulder to cry on. They'd rather empower you to overcome your challenges than commiserate with you about how unfair life is. And that's a powerful perspective, because the truth is, we all have a choice. We can choose to be defined by our circumstances, or we can choose to rise above them. Sigmas choose the latter, and they encourage those around them to do the same. They're not interested in dwelling in negativity, they're interested in finding solutions and moving forward. So, if you find yourself constantly slipping into victim mode, take a step back and ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this experience to grow and become stronger? Because the truth is, you have more power than you realize. You have the power to change your perspective, to change your actions, and ultimately to change your life. Number 4, people who talk but never listen. This one's huge, man. Sigma males value meaningful conversations. You know, those deep dives where you actually connect with another human being on a deeper level. They crave intellectual stimulation, they want to learn new things, and they want to share their own insights with others. But here's the catch, they can't stand people who just talk and never listen. You know the type, right? They dominate every conversation, turning it into a one-sided monologue about their own lives, their own opinions, their own everything. They're so busy talking that they never actually stop to listen to what the other person has to say. And for a Sigma male, that's a major turnoff. They can spot a conversational narcissist a mile away and they'll steer clear. Why? Because Sigmas understand that true communication is a two-way street. It's about listening as much as it is about speaking. It's about being present in the moment, paying attention to the other person's words, and engaging in a genuine exchange of ideas. They're not afraid of silence, they're not afraid to let a conversation breathe. In fact, they often find that the most powerful moments in a conversation are those quiet pauses where both people are truly listening and absorbing what the other has to say. So, if you want to impress a Sigma male, ditch the self-absorbed chatter and embrace the art of active listening. Ask thoughtful questions, really pay attention to their answers, and don't be afraid to share your own insights in a way that's both engaging and respectful. Remember, a conversation should be a dance, not a monologue. And Sigmas, they're looking for partners who can keep up with their intellectual curiosity and their desire for authentic connection. Number 5. Blind conformity. This one's a biggie for Sigma males. These dudes are wired differently. They're independent thinkers, they question everything, and they're not afraid to forge their own path, even if it means going against the grain. Blind conformity, that's like kryptonite to a Sigma. They see right through the BS of societal pressures and expectations. They're not interested in fitting in, they're interested in standing out. They're not followers, they're leaders, even if they're leading in their own quiet, unconventional way. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, to question authority, and to think for themselves. They understand that just because everyone else is doing something, doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. They're not going to blindly follow the crowd, they're going to assess the situation, form their own opinions and make their own decisions, and that's what makes them so damn interesting. They bring a fresh perspective to the table, they challenge our assumptions, and they force us to think outside the box. They're not afraid to be different, and they embrace their individuality with a quiet confidence that's both intriguing and inspiring. So if you're a Sigma male, or if you aspire to be more like one, embrace your inner rebel. Don't be afraid to question the rules, to challenge the norms, and to forge your own path. The world needs more independent thinkers, more people who are willing to stand up for what they believe in, even if it means standing alone. Remember, these dudes are all about authenticity, personal responsibility, and meaningful connection. They're not afraid to be different, they challenge the status quo, and they live life on their own terms. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the fascinating world of personality types. And hey, let me know in the comments if you agree with these points or if you have any other Sigma triggers to add to the list. Until next time, keep it real, keep it honest, and keep it Sigma. Thanks for watching.